How to make use of Salesforce training program to change careers and find a job for laid-off restaurant managers. Tony Nguyen was on his way to building what he hoped would be the next big chain restaurant. Then, the US was hit by the coronavirus pandemic. He lost his job, and his whole outlook changed. Nguyen was a regional manager at a Vietnamese sandwich shop in Minneapolis that he'd been working at for 5 years. But in March 2020, Nguyen became one of the 114 million people who lost their jobs in 2020 as the coronavirus pandemic made its way around the globe. I'm not going to say I wasn't happy, but I could have been more in tune with myself, my surroundings, and my family. Nguyen, 29, said, I was making a lot of sacrifices. Nguyun's friend told him about Salesforce's free, self-paced online learning platform, Trailhead, and how he could gain new skills for a tech-focused role. Now, he works as a Salesforce administrator at Calabrio, a computer software company in Minneapolis that uses Salesforce software. While Nguyen declined to share his exact salary, a spokesperson for Salesforce pointed to data showing admins typically earned about $95,000 a year. As the pandemic continues to shape the US workforce, people who were laid off and workers wrapped up in the Great Resignation are turning to online learning to learn skills and get higher-paying jobs. Over 3.5 million learners have used Trailhead to upskill, said Chris Lande, the Senior Vice President of Marketing and Community at Salesforce, which plans to create 9.3 million jobs in the Salesforce ecosystem by 2026. Nguyen shared with Insider the steps he took to transition from working in the restaurant industry to landing a role in tech with no experience, and how he gets to blend his customer service skills with the technical skills he learned online. The tech industry was always appealing to Nguyen, who said he loved playing video games when he was growing up. Being in front of the screen is pretty normal for me, he said. As a regional manager, Nguyen said there were months when he'd work nonstop. After he was laid off, he knew he didn't want to go back to the restaurant industry. I knew with the tech industry, it's always growing, and it's a lot more flexible, he said. In April 2020, Nguyen was jobless and living in his cousin's basement. That's when he started looking for management roles in tech, since he had more experience working with people. It wasn't until his friend told him about Trailhead that Nguyen realized there was a place for him to learn skills and get a tech-focused job as a Salesforce administrator. According to Lande, Trailhead had a 40% increase in signed UPS and a 50% increase in learner engagement during the early stages of the pandemic. We definitely saw an influx of learners come to Trailhead during COVID, Lande said. There's so many people that were having that moment of reflection of, do I want to keep doing what I'm doing right now? How do I change my career path? On the Trailhead platform, Nguyen said he became hooked as he earned rewards and badges that he compared to prizes in video games. He spent over 6 hours a day for months going through the Trailhead modules, which taught him hard technical skills for being an admin and soft personal skills, like how to practice equality in any workplace. In November 2020, after about 7 months on Trailhead, Nguyen got a job offer from one of his mentors in the Trailblazer community. Today, as an administrator, Nguyen helps businesses automate their processes, create reports and dashboards, and train users on Salesforce. My day-to-day is very unique, Nguyen said. Dealing with a wide range of people has been really fun. Through Salesforce, Nguyen said he was able to find a supportive community who encouraged him to continue pursuing a tech role. While on Trailhead, for example, he became a part of Pep Up Tech, a nonprofit that helps underrepresented people land tech jobs. He was also connecting with other Salesforce administrators on LinkedIn and Twitter to ask for guidance throughout his training and job search. One of the biggest differences in his new job is freedom, Nguyen said. When he was a restaurant manager, he had to physically be at work, sometimes up to 7 days a week for months with no break, he said. In the tech industry, he can work anywhere and spend more time with his family. Ultimately, he said, changing his life to find a career that made him happier was worth it. Anyone WHOS in the middle of thinking, hey, I want a career switch. I want to change my life around. You say? Give it a try, Nguyen said. It paid off for me. It's scary, But go and do it.